forward to that fourth consecutive meeting of Celtic and Rangers in the Cup. If you believe in statistics, then Celtic must be firm favourites. They haven't lost to Rangers in the Cup since Tom Forsyth's cup-winning goal of 1973, all of 19 years ago. Let's take a look at the teams then. Celtic fielding the side which beat Rangers in the league at Ibrox 10 days ago. Joe Miller is fit, the same team and the same substitutes. Rangers, though, supply one slight surprise. Paul Rideout, who is expected to replace the injured Mark Hateley, is on the bench. And Rangers will probably play a five-man midfield with Ian Durrant in and both Dale Gordon and Stuart McCall passing fitness tests. The side's led out by our two Sports Scene mascot competition winners. Young Patrick Latta from Kirkmuir Hill, the Celtic mascot, and Ewan McGee from Balloch leading out Rangers. The referee, of course, Andrew Waddle, who sent off 4 players in last season's cup tie and booked 10 in the Rangers-St Johnstone match on Saturday. So it's Celtic against Rangers for a place in the Tennant Scottish Cup final. Our commentator is Jock Brown. Absolutely miserable overhead conditions, with rain and a gusting wind blowing right down the field, right to left, behind Rangers. Andy Gordon will get tremendous distance on this kick-out. And that will be a test for the Celtic defence. Dale Gordon there back in the side after missing the last 3 matches through injury. Becoming involved straight away, and with a free kick to Rangers. So the pitch very heavy indeed after incessant rain all day. It's been forked carefully for a couple of hours before the match. Referee Andrew Waddle will have a key role in the match as Rangers try to retain possession. Coming forward with Stevens, here's Ian Durrant, who had a very significant role tonight for Rangers. Durrant there dumped on the seat of his pants. Referee Waddle goes across to have a word with the culprit, who was Derek White. It's a free kick to Rangers. It's a tense, nervous opening minutes. Durrant appears to be none the worse as he makes his way to the edge of the penalty area. So Rangers opening up with only one recognised striker, Ali McCoist. Gordon flights it in. Goff is there. And that's safely taken by Gordon Marshall, who will have welcomed the opportunity for an early touch of the ball. So McCoist playing all on his own up front at the moment. Expected to be supported principally by Ian Durrant in the early stages. Miller tackled there by Durrant. Here's Robertson, a free kick's been given. Well, the referee letting nothing go early on. The tackle there by Durrant on Miller penalised. So it's the first Scottish Cup semi-final between Celtic and Rangers since 1960, when Rangers won after a replay. And it's the 4th season in a row these two sides have met in the Cup, with Celtic winning the previous 3 encounters. And Rangers, in fact, still to score a goal in these matches. There's David Robertson playing it along. Peter Houstra now has cut into the middle, putting pressure on Tom Boyd, who won a Cup Winners' Medal for Motherwell last season. And Hampden swirl with the rain still coming down heavily. Durrant trying that little interchange with McCoist. Here's Joe Miller. Taken out of the play there by David Robertson. It's the first booking of the match for the Rangers fullback. These two used to be teammates at Aberdeen, and they're very good friends, Miller and Robertson, but you wouldn't have realised it from that challenge. And Miller clutching his right shoulder as David Robertson is booked by referee Andrew Waddle. So early in the match, just 6 minutes in. Well, Miller judged this well. He knew he was getting it ahead of David Robertson. Robertson kept his eye there on Joe Miller, and David Robertson has been on the dog. Archie Knox leaps from the dugout to protest. David Robertson is being on the dog. 6 minutes gone in the first half of the match. The Rangers players are incensed. Richard Goff is trying to restore order, and what a dramatic start to this Cup semi-final. Well, referee Andrew Waddle certainly made it clear he will not shirk anything, but that really was a dramatic moment. Walter Smith comes down from the director's box. He'll have to reorganise now. So the instructions coming out, I reckon John Brown may well be involved here in some of the alterations. He could play at fullback in place of David Robertson, and it could be Nigel Spackman who's asked to drop back with Ian Durrant in the centre of midfield. The Rangers players are still protesting to the referee. Well, what an incredible moment. Joe Timmins there from Musselburgh as the fourth official trying to restore some order. Walter Smith clearly cannot believe that decision by Andrew Waddle, and I must confess, I only expected a yellow card for this, although when you see it again, it was a deliberate body check by Robertson. So referee Andrew Waddle has taken the ultimate sanction against the Rangers defender. And what a body blow that is to Rangers. And that reorganisation, which I suggested has taken place. Spackman has joined Goff in central defence. John Brown is at left back. Durrant is now in the centre of midfield and brought down heavily there by Paul McStay. The Rangers players going across to referee Waddle, asking what he's going to do about McStay. And the referee considered there was no malice in this challenge, and indeed these conditions certainly will have a part to play. McStay was committed there coming forward. The referee content with the free kick. Ian Durrant still having a word or two to say towards the referee. Walter Smith on his feet, trying to sort things out tactically. There's Stuart McCall. Gordon trying that quick turn. Denied space by Boyd. The Rangers have it back. Here's Stuart McCall. Now Gordon. Back it comes to Durrant. Well, that's good play by Rangers. They certainly are working extremely hard. Durrant showing he's back to fitness. Played back there by McCall. Good play by Gordon, holding the play up here. Spotted Durrant. And the first time shot going wide of the target, but again, Rangers doing well to find space in that crowded penalty box, setting up the chance for Durrant. Now Chris Morris. Spackman's header is cut off there. Nicholas sent spinning by Brown. It's a free kick to Celtic, taken quickly by Miller for Morris. That's a very awkward ball whipped in there. Goran was very alert. So Rangers with this tactical problem now about whether they should try to dig in and make certain to give nothing away and the replay, try to win the match. Nicholas coming back there to remain onside, making that easier for Spackman. Well, the most important thing for Rangers is to settle at this stage, give nothing away early in the match, particularly. Good play by Durrant. Possession being retained here. McCoy's trying the quick turn. Mowbray goes in behind him. He will be booked for that. A rash, heavy tackle from the rear. Mowbray with a rueful smile on his face. Well, he certainly was in very heavily there behind McCoist. That will certainly curtail Mowbray's activities. The booking coming in 19 minutes. Playing it forward, there's Mowbray. Nicholas. Kenny leaving that to Brian O'Neill, breaking from midfield. That's for Joe Miller. Brown going across, that's played in early by Miller, and the corner kick's been earned. A good, swift attack that. Nigel Spackman headed the ball behind. Miller doing well, taking this first time, looking for Jerry Craney. It's carefully marked by Spackman. Every Rangers player back inside the penalty box to defend against this corner kick taken by Joe Miller. Headed away by Spackman. Morris trying to pick out Joe Miller, but that clearing some house track gives McCoist a chance. One-on-one with Morris. Paul McStay gets back. It's good play by McCoist. Supporting midfield man is Ian Durrant. Back now with Stevens. Dale Gordon trying that quick little turn. Played clear by White. Here's O'Neill. Now Miller. Celtic trying to make the extra man count. Trainee back towards O'Neill. Challenge came from Housetrap. Here's Miller again. Headed away by Dale Gordon. There's John Brown's clearance. McCoist again, all on his own. McCall. Durant. There's been some good possession play by Rangers. The layoff from McCoist. This is Durant. Now McCoist, the pass a bit too strong perhaps. And that's where Rangers suffer. They didn't have a man coming in the far post. Tom Boyd concedes a corner kick, but that was brilliant play from Rangers. And they could so easily have taken full advantage there. The pass eventually from Durant to McCoist was just a little bit strong, forcing him wide. Durant's corner kick, Goff was there. Here's Brown, now McCall. Brown retains possession. Away by McStay. Done well by Housetrap and McCall. This is Gary Stevens. He may try one from long range. Stepping away from McStay. Well worth the effort. Rangers appealing there for a deflection, looking for a corner kick. Gary Stevens is making that point to the referee, but he's not going to get it. Let's see if he deserved a corner kick for this. Well, indeed he appeared to. Celtic, I think, lucky here that there was no corner kick given. Came off Derek White. Boyd to Nicholas. Well, that's unusual. First touch from Charlie Nicholas. Ineffective. Gordon was offside. A free kick though. A tackle there by Mowbray on McCoist. Donald Wilson from Alloway is the linesman. He certainly wasn't offside, but the free kick had been given. Down goes John Brown, brought to the ground by Joe Miller. Now Brown attacking the Celtic defence. Joe Miller being spoken to for an outburst of dissent there. Well, the Rangers fans not at all happy that there's no further action being taken against Joe Miller. Well, the match has become easier for the referee in the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. Now, wind assisted, this could be troublesome, the free kick. McCoist taking a very long run up here. Ball standing up to that well. Was ambitious from McCoist. Encouraged no doubt by the conditions, the wind behind and the wet surface. Miller stopped by Housetrap. Turn made by Durant. Here's Dale Gordon, a shooting chance for Gordon. And a fine effort. Frustration written all over his face there, but Rangers enjoying an excellent spell in the match. This was well created. Durant to Gordon, he saw the space ahead, drove that wide of the target. A heavy downpour, of course, contributes to that. So too did the events of the opening 6 minutes. Saw the end of David Robertson's involvement in the play. Not enough space there for Paul McStay to throw the Rangers. Chris Morris thumping it high in the air. Spackman underneath that. Kept his eye on the ball. Got it well. Stevens towards Gordon. That's good play again. The pass from Stevens picks out McCoist. Here's Dale Gordon. Gary Stevens breaking there on the right for Rangers, but now Rangers are exposed as Collins breaks. Tom Boyd goes away from Dale Gordon and goes down. Dale Gordon clearly believes that Tom Boyd made a lot of that. Well, there's a change of pace in the part of Boyd as he went past the Rangers player. Well, he clearly appears to be in some pain. Well, look at the way he takes on Gordon here. Certainly appear to be caught by the Rangers player. clutching his right knee as he falls. There's Collins. Brainy to Nicholas. Not enough space there as Dale Gordon drops back. No peace there given to Dale Gordon. Referee checking carefully before giving that free kick to Rangers. Ball being held by John Collins. He went down. There's McCoist. The layoff finds McCall. There's Durant playing it in. McCoist goes for that. It's excellent goalkeeping by Gordon Marshall. His anticipation saved the day there for Celtic, as well as a very good pair of hands. Well taken by the keeper. Not a great deal to do, but he's performed well, Gordon Marshall. Now Mowbray. Stumped away by Spackman. So a throw to Celtic. We're into the final minute of the first half. There will be some time to be added on though for stoppages. 1 or 2 injuries. Here's Tony Mowbray. Finding that beyond Spackman. He managed that all right, but gave his strikers no chance. The Rangers, I think, will be very happy to go in at half-time, all square. They have performed extremely well throughout this first half. They've played some very good football. In fact, they've had the edge on Celtic in that department in the first half, despite being reduced to 10 men so early. Celtic finding the passes harder to deliver accurately. Here's Tom Boyd. O'Neill forced to hurry there. It breaks from McCall. He has McCoist inside. That's for Ali McCoist. And Rangers are ahead. It's a magnificent goal from McCoist. And the Rangers fans go wild. So did Archie Knox. Walter Smith is down on the track also. It's right on the half-time whistle. Walter Smith trying to calm down the Rangers players, but it's difficult to calm down McCoist, who scored his 30th goal of the season and the first goal for Rangers against Celtic in a cup tie in 19 years. It was a great pass from McCall. The delivery from McCoist was brilliant, and Marshall had no chance. Poor Brian O'Neill was very upset, the Celtic player who lost possession in midfield. But what a deadly attack that was. So the goal coming at a killer moment in the match, just before half-time, and coming to the side, reduced to 10 men. The referee is checking his watch now as Celtic try to break. And Richard Goff appeared to body check Charlie Nicholas. It doesn't matter, the half-time whistle is gone amidst all the bedlam. Ali McCoist has scored the goal, which puts Rangers into the lead. It's a lead which they really do justify on the performance of this first half. There's Stuart McCall playing the ball inside. It was a great finish from McCoist. And Rangers go in at half-time, for my money, deservedly ahead after a fine first half performance with just 10 men. At half-time, it's Celtic 0, Rangers 1. Celtic have the advantage of the win for the second half of this 10th Scottish Cup semi-final, but they really will have to try to find some form. They've gone 12 straight matches, winning them all until this evening, and now they trail by a goal, and Rangers playing extremely well with their 10 men. The Celtic will be looking to get their passing game together again. They weren't able in that first half to use the skills of McStay and Collins the way they would normally like. A tribute to the marking on the part of the Rangers players. Tom Boyd coming forward there. The cover for Gary Stevens provided by Richard Goff. Appeared to recover quickly from that head knock he took in the clash with Jerry Craney in the first half. This is Craney. All the way across, there it goes to Joe Miller. He was in behind John Brown. Well, a very difficult chance by any standards, especially in these conditions. But you'll see here, Miller gets in behind John Brown. Perhaps the time he spent playing in central defence, sucking him in there. Boyd, faced by Gordon. Richard Goff's header. Here's Dale Gordon. Not a very good clearance that by Stevens. Collins rides the tackle. Nichols' header. This is Derek White. Collins drifting inside. A turn attempted there by Charlie Nicholas, complaining he was held by Goff. And yet more good play by Nigel Spackman, although the ball did swerve out of play. The throw to Celtic, a little bit further forward. There's White. Turning in the cross, John Brown's header. Breaks there to Nicholas. First time shot, comes off the post! It was Brian O'Neill who almost made amends for his error in the first half, which gave Rangers the lead. Good effort done by Brian O'Neill, measuring the shot. Well, there's no luck here. It was deflected right off the base of the post. Nicholas trying to turn that back across the face of the goal. Tom Boyd complaining he was available for a short pass back. Well let off there for Rangers. Brian O'Neill's shot deflected to the post, and Nicholas couldn't turn that rebound on target. Swiftly challenged. A little conversation there between Richard Goff and Andy Gorham, trying to settle things down a bit. Going against the wind. 10 men against 11, but leading by Ali McCoy's goal in the first half. O'Neill to Morris. Here's Miller. Trying to find a way through a gap there. The referee gives a throw, considering that Miller took a dive. Changing some angry words there with Ian Durant. The referee is going across to have a word with Joe Miller. Clearly indicating that he considered that to be a dive. White to Collins. There's Boyd trying to go outside Gary Stevens. It's good running by Boyd. And a very good recovery by Gary Stevens. Two very athletic fullbacks in direct opposition, Boyd and Stevens. Andy Gorham. Plenty of speech play there for his defenders as Charlie Nicholas lines up the corner kick. Mowbray's hand was used. He realised he's underneath the ball and lifted his right arm. The player on the ground there is Ian Durant. Bundled down in that cavalry charge towards that corner kick from Nicholas. Not too many big men on the Celtic side to go for this, but Mowbray was coming in, and you see the right arm raised there, perfectly clear. Well taken down by McCoist. Rubbed well by Boyd. O'Neill's dummy. Across there by Nicholas. Joe Miller trying to get the better of Brown. Get some help now from Morris. Here's McStay. Morris again. Back to Mowbray. Boyd is available. Calling for the ball all the time there, Tom Boyd. Trainey's turn. Back with O'Neill. Space over on the far side there for Chris Morris. Stevens with the clearance, it goes straight to Boyd. McCall picks up the loose ball in midfield. There's Housetrap. Guards down there by Paul McStay. The referee goes across to have words with McStay. Well, the Rangers fans howling there. There was the challenge by McStay. Well, David Roberts was ordered off in the first half for taking a player out of the game after the ball had gone. Paul McStay provide that, and there's going to be a substitution made by Celtic. That's Mike Galloway preparing to come on, and he will replace young Brian O'Neill, who was a fitness doubt before the match with stitches and a knee injury. Hasn't quite been his night. He goes off. The more experienced figure of Galloway goes on. Marking is so tight among these Rangers players. They really are fired up for the occasion. Stung by a sense of injustice, of course, when David Robertson's ordered off. Here's White. Pass is intercepted by Gordon. The return came from McCoist. Fine tackle that by Boyd. Well, he played the ball quite cleanly there, but the referee sees that as a foul. A tackle from the rear. Must be his assessment of that. But Tom Boyd certainly did appear to get to the ball, slid in there, pushed the ball back. So the free kick will be taken by Stevens. McCoist. Stevens again. This is Gordon. A stumble there by Gordon. Gordon Marshall demands the ball there from Derek White. Dale Gordon goes back to defend. Brown's header. This is Galloway, turning well. Good effort there by Galloway. Tremendous shooting power demonstrated there by Galloway. He almost caught Gordon napping. I don't think the Scotland goalkeeper expected that to come with such power. So turned away there by Spackman, a throw to Celtic. Keeping the pressure on now, but finding it difficult to create clear-cut chances inside the box. Get across by White to Mowbray. Mowbray invited there to come forward by his teammates. Wallace has Paul McStay inside. This is White. Boyd makes an angle on the left. Here's Paul McStay with a shooting chance. Well, you can see the pressure which was being applied there by Stuart McCall's challenge. International teammates. But it's Galloway who came very close there as he turned brilliantly here away from Stuart McCall, came striding forward, looked up, saw the shooting chance, and that caused lots of problems for Andy Gorham. Now Mowbray. Boyd pushing forward again, wide on the left, calling for the ball from Mowbray. Trying to play a very ambitious ball through a gap there. Here's McCall. Well, that would have been dangerous had that reached McCoist. Here's Dale Gordon. Durant. McCoist wants the ball played to feet on the right. Paul playing it forward. Here's Dale Gordon. And that was well read by Mike Galloway. There was no room for error there as Gordon broke through the inside right channel. Spackman has played so well tonight for Rangers at defence now. Back to a more customary role in midfield. Charging forward. He's carried the ball out though. It's a throw to Celtic. Oh, what an inspiring figure he's been for Rangers tonight. A long pass swept across by Miller to Collins. There's Boyd, faced by Stevens. He made a very good tackle. That's well won by Paul McStay. Fine play in midfield. And looking for the shooting chance. Trying to use the elements from 25-yard range. But lovely control there to win possession in that packed midfield. But then perhaps a shade ambitious, trying to beat Andy Gorham from there. Durant, McCoist, hurrying the pass inside. Stevens trying to find McCoist ahead. Across goes Collins. Well, a change will be made again by Celtic. They're withdrawing Charlie Nicholas, who's had a very unhappy night. Nothing has gone right for the Celtic striker. Well, the replacement is the new Republic of Ireland international striker Tommy Cloyne. Scored an international debut last week. He scored 19 times this season for Celtic. At the end of the match for Nicholas. Brown's header. There's Galloway. Back with Paul McStay. This is Boyd. Good ball inside, it breaks back to Paul McStay. It's off the underside of the crossbar. Celtic are denied again. Andy Gorham clearly unhappy with the marking at the edge of the penalty area. But this was a superb effort. Boyd played the pass inside. It broke from Coyne off Goff. And there was Paul McStay's shot, which had Gorham beaten. There's no doubt about that. So Celtic still on the attack with his corner kick. Chris Morris will take it. Mowbray looking for a free header. Touched onto the crossbar again and swept away by Brown. Tommy Coyne in the thick of that, putting pressure on Gorham. So the pressure mounting on the Rangers defence. John Brown going in to clear once again. Celtic have hit the post, they've hit the crossbar twice. They're ready there. Clearly concerned. The war with the fourth official, Joe Timmins. To get a ball off up because it's not coming back from the Rangers support quickly. Morris back to Paul McStay. Quarter and a half of the match remaining. Can Celtic save the semi-final? Spikeman doing well again. This is Joe Miller. Now Galloway closed down rapidly by Durant. Rangers already tasted the shooting part of Mike Galloway. They don't want to repeat. There he goes again. Playing the long ball in. The header down was by Mowbray. Coyne trying to turn the ball. And the first time ever from Boyd. Saved by Gorham. That was troublesome. Header from Mowbray. There was Coyne. Well handled by Richard Goff. That was a shooting chance for Boyd. They're still probing and looking for the equaliser. Boyd flighting that in. Came off Goff. Bit of time here for Mike Galloway. Morris is inside, calling for the ball. It's good running by Galloway. Morris trying to get that away from McCoist. Headed forward by White, the head flick on, reaches Collins. That's a great turn by Collins. He goes down in the tackle. And the Celtic players looking for a penalty kick. And looking for a penalty kick which may well have been justified. The referee Andrew Waddle standing firm, offering no joy. There was the turn. Well, I reckon that was a foul by Brown on Collins inside the box. Shake of the head from Andrew Waddle. He thinks not. And it's a bit of relief there for Rangers. Liam Brady clearly unhappy. Now Galloway. That's a good effort by Galloway in these conditions. The Celtic strikers piling in there, looking for a rebound. And Andy Gorham has been through it all so many times before. He took a knock there as he clung to the ball. Although some of the Celtic players think he's making a lot of that. Spilled for a second, then he recovered. Andy Gorham wants to play this long against the wind. And the final whistle goes. Rangers are through to the 10th Scottish Cup final. Ali McCoist has put them there with that goal in the last minute of the first half. And that capped an outstanding Rangers performance overall because they played in a supremely controlled fashion all the way through, often losing David Robertson. Ordered off in 6 minutes. Richard Goff standing firm in the heart of that defence with Nigel Spikeman beside him. Andy Gorham performing well when he had to, but McCoist is the hero of the night. His 30th goal of the season, taking Rangers through to the cup final. Walter Smith goes on to show his delight. It's a 10-man Rangers victory. They played for 84 minutes without David Robertson, but still had the courage and the character and the organisation to prevail. They won the match tonight by 1-0. The scorer was Ali McCoist.
The man of the match award in the possession of Nigel Spackman. Well done, Nigel, but I'm sure you were the first to say that it was a team effort tonight of all nights.
I think it was a great team effort. Obviously having David Robertson sent off early on meant that everybody had to pull together and chase every ball, battle hard, and when Alistair got the goal, I think we were all very, very relieved and held out for the rest of the game. The second half was a bit of a battle. As you can tell, the weather was atrocious, but we got the goal that counted. Andy made a couple of good saves, and I think the luck was with us in the end.
You obviously had to involve yourselves in the reorganisation when Robertson was sent off, which meant you had to slip in beside Richard Gough at the back. Was that a major problem for you?
I think it was a major problem for Richard. No, Richard talked to me all through the game, push up, help me along. But I've played there before, and I felt it was better to go into centre back rather than left back, because I'm not too good on my left foot, as everybody knows. But I enjoyed the game, and I think the whole team played well, and I think we got our just deserves.
Ali, the conditions, firstly, which are still pretty awful. I mean, it can't have been very pleasant to have played such an important game in these kind of conditions.
Well, to be really honest with you, Dougie, I'm probably speaking for the rest of the lads, we didn't really think much about the conditions. When we got David sent off early on in the match, it was going to be a battling performance that won the game, and that was the way it turned out.
You enjoyed your goal, didn't you?
Very much so, Dougie. We didn't set out, as I say, when we got David sent off, we didn't set out to play nice football. It was going to be a tough battling performance, and the goal came from a good tackle in midfield, I think from Stuart McCall, and Stuart broke away in the right and cut it back, and I was just happy to see the ball hit the net.
So confidence high for the final, obviously.
It's high, yes, but to win the match, make no mistake about it. Adrian Hearts will fight out the other semi-final, and they won't make it easy for us, but we're the first name that's in the final, so we've got that to look forward to.
Well done to you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
So no mistaking the elation felt within the Rangers camp after that performance. But it was, as one would expect with an Old Firm game, Jock, a match full of controversy, full of incident, and I imagine at this moment they'll still be arguing.
Well, arguing all right, especially with the ordering off, I think, early on, Dougie, because that certainly set the tone for the whole game. I think it helped Rangers in the end, because Celtic appeared to be unsettled by it. But referee Andrew Worrell wasn't half brave, wasn't he?
He attracts controversy, doesn't he? I have to say in this case I agree with him. I thought it was justified. I thought it was violent conduct.
Well, I have to disagree with that. I was very surprised when the red card came out, because I thought it was a stonewall booking. I thought the conditions contributed to it, because David Robertson was getting there second. Joe Miller's going to win the ball all right. He certainly tried to obstruct him, prevent him going past him. But I didn't see it as meriting the ultimate sanction which he used in the end, and I thought a booking would have been fairer, but I think there were a lot of arguments about that.
Yeah, justified or not, as so often happens with a side reduced to 10 men, they found something from deep within them and really dominated much of the first half.
Well, I felt that they were spurred on by a sense of injustice, the Rangers players. They were really astonished, I think, when the ordering off took place. And they all gathered together, as Nigel Spackman said. They all came together, they worked a little bit harder, they were fired up completely. And any doubts they had before the match about attitude certainly went at that point. And I think it helped them in the end to produce a great performance.
And what a time to get the only goal, just before half-time.
Yes, and I've got great sympathy for young Brian O'Neill, who lost possession inside his own half because he's such a good player. He had a difficult night tonight, just back from injury. It was a great tackle by Stuart McCall, who I thought was one of the Rangers' heroes tonight. I thought he performed brilliantly in the middle of the field, battling so hard. The ideal man to have in your team when you're down to 10 men, there's no doubt about that. But it was a great pass too. It wasn't just a question of the tackle to win it. I mean, he delivered a great ball to Ali McCoist, and the finish. Gordon Marshall did well, he got a touch, which was quite impressive too, but it was a great goal.
And what a second half onslaught, as you would expect from Celtic. I think you'd have to say they were very unlucky at times.
Yes, I think they were unlucky, although I think Liam Brady will be asking some questions about the quality of the crosses. They got the ball wide often enough. Chris Morris and Tom Boyd, a lot of possession in wide positions, without sending over really good crosses. And I think he'll be concerned about that. But they were unlucky. Paul McStay hit the crossbar with a shot which Andy Gorham certainly wasn't going to save. And then, of course, there was a penalty possibility. In fact, for me, certainty. I thought John Collins was fouled by John Brown inside the box. Do you agree with that one?
I would agree with you in this case. Yeah, I think that was a penalty, and we might all be coming back here in a fortnight's time. But 1-0 to Rangers, and I take it that you would make them favourites to win the final, be it Hearts or Airdrie, or would you?
Yes, I think I would, because if it's Hampden Park and a final, you can't really see past Rangers, I don't think. I know Joe Jordan and Alec McDonald will watch this and say what nonsense that is. But my feeling is, in the big stage, in a final day, I think Rangers will be very hard to beat.
All right, thanks, Jock. Let's hope the weather's a little bit better for that final, and indeed for